A student asked his master, "Master, you teach me all about martial arts and how to fight, but you always talk about peace. How do you reconcile these two?" And the master answered, "It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war." And that's something I want to talk with you guys today because in modern days it's like glorified to be weak, to not be capable of getting violent if it's necessary. Like weakness is like a virtue now, and it's something that Jordan Peterson has talked about as well, you know. And he said that as a man you should learn to you should become a monster, you know. Like every man has this beast inside of him that he has either opened up the gates and letting it go loose or has caged it up inside. And he said that you should be a monster and then you should learn how to control it. And I've mentioned it before, like when I was 5th grade and before that and a little bit after that, like I used to fight a lot. It never got into like something so serious as an injury, but could have ended very badly. But then I learned to control it, especially as I started going to like I went to judo for a little bit, then I went to kickboxing, and now I do grappling. And later on I wanna do some karate as well. But they taught me that like I should be careful how I treat people, physically, and that even though someone might piss me off, I shouldn't go towards violence. And like my parents have obviously told me that, but even though I have a lot of respect for my parents before, even like now, even like back then, I've always had big respect for them. But when your parents tell you something and then someone else tells you the same exact thing, you're probably gonna listen to the other person than to your parents, just because they're your parents. Everyone has been through that. And it's not to say that, no, I didn't word that one correctly. It's you should be capable of getting violent, and like some guy would say, oh no, but like I don't want to fight, I'm not gonna get into fights, I'm just gonna run away or not get into such situations. And like, yeah, I agree, you should definitely try to avoid getting into such situations that you would have to like physically defend yourself. That's the best thing that you can do, and every guy that teaches and practices martial arts will tell you the same. If they're not a fucking dumbass that wants to go do street fights, they'll tell you like the same thing. Getting physical with someone is like the worst thing you wanna do. Like it's the last resort. But tell that you don't wanna fight to that drunk guy, you know, in a dark alley as you get back home with your girlfriend and it's pitch dark outside. Like it's not gonna happen. You're gonna have to get violent. And it's just as men we were built for that. Our bodies were built in such a way to defend and to hunt. Like now hunting not so much, but defending your loved ones, like your family, your girlfriends, your kids. You must be able to protect them. Like that's not even something that you should be debated. It's our duty as men to do so. And again, like you should not always like go into like being violent. You should control it and see when violence is necessary. It's like the last resort. Like you always have to like talk it out like with the other person. And like generally the best advice is like not to get yourself in such a situation, but again, you never know what is gonna happen. So you have to be prepared. There's nothing bad in learning martial arts if you're gonna learn it from self-defense. Like that's what I do, and because I enjoy it, of course, as well. But you have to know that you have to learn to protect yourself. And I'm not talking about like someone putting a knife on you, like, or a gun, like that's something completely different. I'm talking about, someone to be physical, like with the fist, like you have to know how to hit or how to grapple, for example, how to kick, how to punch. You have to learn those stuff. It's your duty as a man. Even if you're alone, like you do what? You wanna get beaten up? Of course not. You have to learn to defend yourself and to defend those around you. Especially like your woman, your kids, your family. It's just your duty as a man, like you should accept it and we should not glorify this. What these weak men tell you that it's okay to be weak, it's okay to like not know how to defend yourself. What do you mean it's not it's not good to know how to defend yourself? It's amazing. I can walk the streets peacefully, knowing that if anything bad is to happen, like I can defend myself. Like I don't have such worries, And I'm gonna talk about also like the importance of martial arts in general soon. Um, but yeah, like that's genuinely it. Uh, you should be capable of violence. It's something that every man should be capable of. It's the last resort, but it's something that you must learn. It's your duty as a man to do so. And honestly, like practicing martial arts is super cool. Like you get to meet lots of people. Like you will make great friends. You will have a lot of memories. So maybe for you it's gonna be like the social part, but in that case, like being able to defend yourself is the side effect. But it's the best side effect. You know. So yeah, don't live your life with regrets.